where we discuss everything on all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. In this video, we are looking at the state of the Nigerian Naira, the dwindling fortune of the Naira that has made President Bola Ahmed Tinubu the president of Nigeria to unleash security agents against those that are perceived to be responsible for the dwindling fortune of the Naira. If you recall, the Economic and Financial Crime Commission, EFCC, on Monday raided the offices of Bureau de Change at Wuse Zone 4, Abuja, in pursuit of those perceived to be responsible for the dwindling fortune of the Naira against the dollar. Now, the state of the Naira to the dollar is getting much more alarming. As at yesterday, Naira fall to the level of about 1,825 Naira to the dollar, while the British pound was selling at the rate of 2,000 and about 35 Naira. So the government appear to be desperate on what to do about this situation. And the government think that the best solution now is to unleash security agents against those perceived to be responsible for the dwindling fortune of the Naira. So in this live program, we're going to look at first the move by the federal government of Nigeria to use security agents to see how they can boost the value of the Naira and see how they can boost the amount of dollars in the Nigerian forex market. So that is what we're going to look at. And then we now look at whether that is the solution to the problem of the dollar scarcity in Nigeria. Now, in a major move to safeguard Nigeria's foreign exchange market and curb the rising inflation in Nigeria, the Office of the National Security Advisor has aligned with the Central Bank of Nigeria to crush dollar speculators in the country. A top officer in the Office of the National Security Advisor hinted that the trending cases of rise in food prices and wide protests across the country is unsettling the presidency. Hence the move to intervene using the security agents. Now, the spokesperson of the Office of the National Security Advisor, Zachary Miji Nyawa, who disclosed the collaborative effort by the Central Bank Governor and National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu, noted that in concerted effort to safeguard Nigeria's foreign exchange market and combat speculative activities, the Office of the National Security Advisor and the Central Bank of Nigeria are joining forces to address challenges impacting the nation's economic stability. The Central Bank of Nigeria's proactive measures to stabilize the forex exchange market and stimulate economic activities have been commendable. However, the effectiveness of these initiatives is being undermined by the activities of speculators, both domestic and international, operating through various channels, thereby exacerbating the depreciation of the Nigerian Naira and contributing to inflation and the economic instability. Continuing this, the spokesperson of the Office of the National Security Advisor said, recall, to address the exchange rate volatility, the Central Bank of Nigeria initiated a comprehensive strategy to enhance liquidity in the forex market, including unifying forex market segments, clearing outstanding forex obligations, introducing new operational mechanisms for bureau de change operators, enforcing the net open position limit for commercial banks, and adjusting the remunerable standing deposits facility cap. Continuing, the spokesperson of the Office of the National Security Advisor said, to reduce the pressure on the Naira, the Economic and Financial Crime Commission has raised a 7,000-man special task force across each 14 zonal command to clamp down on dollar racketeers. Yet, recent intelligence reports have highlighted continued illicit activities with the Nigerian foreign exchange market. The Office of the National Security Advisor and the Central Bank of Nigeria are therefore embarking on this collaborative approach to tackle these infractions. Continuing, the spokesperson of the Office of the National Security Advisor said, this partnership will involve a coordinated effort with key law enforcement agencies, including the Nigeria Police Force, the Economic and Financial Crime Commission, the EFCC, the Nigerian Customs Service, and the Nigeria Financial Intelligence Unit. Continuing, the spokesperson of the Office of National Security Advisor said, the primary objective of this alliance is to systematically identify, thoroughly investigate, and appropriately penalize individuals and organizations involved in wrongful activities within the forex market. He said that by leveraging the expertise of these agencies, we aim to deter malicious practices, protect investor interest, and promote sustainable economic growth. He said that this joint effort underscores the commitment of the Nigerian government to improving its anti-money laundering and counter-financing of terrorism AML CFT framework and exiting the grey list of the Financial Action Task Force. In addition, the efforts will make progress in ensuring a stable and transparent foreign exchange market, fostering investor confidence and advancing the nation's economic well-being. Now, this is the formal statement by the Office of the National Security Advisor indicating that indeed the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has decided that the solution to the dwindling fortune of the Naira is to go against the bureau de change, and every other person who is seen to be sabotaging the naira and increasing the value of the dollar in the Nigerian market. As I told you yesterday, the naira fall to its lowest value, 1,825 naira to the dollar, and it was alarming to a lot of Nigerians. It means that if things continue this way, the naira may get to 2,000 naira to the dollar in the shortest possible time. And the government now feel that there are people sabotaging the value of the naira and that there is a need to do something about it to boost the value of the naira and to change the narrative. But what do you think? Do you think that the problem of the naira to the dollar is because people are sabotaging the dollar, or that some people are hoarding dollars in their homes and they're bringing it out to the bureau de change? It may be true that some politicians, including some members of the last administration, that they have dollars that they are hoarding or they are hiding somewhere and used to bring it to the forex market from time to time, which is affecting the value of the naira vis-a-vis the dollar. It could be true, but is that really the main problem? The problem, in my understanding, is that Nigeria does not have enough dollars to meet the needs of those who wanted it, either for productive purposes or for academic or for medical reasons. That is what I understand now. Remember, the International Monetary Fund has already projected that Nigeria is going to, the Nigerian foreign reserve, the foreign reserves of Nigeria is going to fall to $24 billion this year. It means that Nigeria as a country is not liquid. It doesn't have enough dollars. And Nigerian government is also operating under the economic principle of demand and supply. So the Nigerian government ought to have known that the reason why dollar is going so haywire in terms of the amount of naira you require to get one of it is because we don't have enough dollar in Nigeria. We are not earning more, and we are spending a lot of this little dollar we have importing goods into the country. And the situation had not been helped by the attitude of the government. Let me give you an example. The government itself has not weaned itself of the appetite for foreign goods. If they had done that, it would have given a sign that they are really serious about what they are doing. Let's take, for instance, the value of the you remember the last time when federal government of Nigeria budgeted humongous amount of dollars, thousands, if not millions of dollars, to buy SUVs for National Assembly lawmakers. They did the same thing to buy SUVs for the office of the president, for the office of the first lady, and in the state governors are buying all these expensive foreign-made cars when they should have bought Nigerian-made cars. That is what is putting pressure on the dollar in Nigeria, to the level that those who needed dollars for productivity cannot have access to it. There is a large appetite of Nigerian elite to train their children in the United States, in Europe, and other parts of the world. It is the children of these elites who are in schools abroad that are putting pressure on the dollars available in the country. Instead of the dollars being productive in Nigeria, being used by manufacturers, they are being taken away by the children of the elite for their education abroad. The elites are the ones that are going abroad for medicals, members of the presidency, members of the Federal Executive Council, members of the National Assembly. They are the elites of the elite in Nigeria. They are the ones that patronize foreign medical facilities. They are the ones putting pressure on the dollar. Many of them do not take their medicals here in Nigeria. It is a common knowledge in this country that even many members of the National Assembly, many people in government, do not carry Naira in their pockets. They carry the dollar in their pocket. Many senators and House of Reps members, it has been alleged, stuff their pockets with dollars. They give people transportation with dollars. There are instances that school fees are paid by Nigerians in dollars in Nigeria. These are the major issues that need to be addressed and addressed fast. The idea of raiding Bureau de Change may achieve little or limited results. I don't see it as a sustainable solution to the problem of liquidity, dollar liquidity in Nigeria. Another thing that we cannot run away from is that we are encouraging importation. Remember that when President Muhammadu Buhari was president, there were about 41 items that he banned their importation into Nigeria, including rice. But when President Bola Tinubu became president, as I talk to you, you can Google it. The Central Bank of Nigeria, under the control of President Bola Tinubu, lifted the ban placed on 41 items by the Central Bank of Nigeria. What was the administration thinking? It means that there will be pressure on the available dollar in the country for the importation of those things that Buhari banned their importation. There were 41 items that Buhari banned their importation, but President Bola Tinubu lifted the importation of those things. So these are the challenges that must be addressed if we are really serious that we want to find out how to boost the value of the Naira. And there was something that Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, said about what he will do if he was the president of Nigeria. Perhaps it's important for the government to learn from it. Peter Obi said that he will ban and make it illegal to spend dollar in Nigeria in terms of using it as a means of exchange in Nigeria. That if you want to buy anything in Nigeria, buy it in Naira. That you cannot sell property in dollars in Nigeria. You cannot pay school fees in dollars in Nigeria. That you must pay in Naira. These are some of the simple things that need to be looked into. Because to be frank, the impression the international community will have on Nigeria is that Nigeria is just becoming like Venezuela. Because all this news flying all over the place that Nigerian security agents are reading Bureau de Change because he wants to boost the value of the Naira. Will make Nigeria to look like a laughing stock among Committee of Nations. The things to do to boost the value of the Naira, you don't need to be an economist to know it. You don't need to be an expert in economy to know this. These are simple logic. Increase in productivity. We must increase productivity. For example, why did President Bola Ahmed Tinubu lift the ban on importation of rice? The lifting of that ban on importation of rice is one of the things that were taking dollars out of Nigeria to Nigeria's forex market. And this is affecting the productivity, because one of the things you cannot take away from former President Muhammad Buhari is that he was able to empower farmers to produce rice to the level that Nigeria became the largest producer of rice in Africa. If there is one good thing that you can say that President Muhammad Buhari did as president, it was his massive support for those that produce rice. Forget about all the controversy about the Anchor Borrowers program right now. But the truth of the matter remains that Nigeria overtook Egypt as the largest producer of rice in Africa under President Muhammad Buhari. And that was because of the incentive the Central Bank of Nigeria, under the Anchor Borrowers program, gave to farmers. The alleged diversions here and there. But you cannot take away the fact that under President Muhammad Buhari, Nigeria went into massive rice production. Now, if we are to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu ought to continue in that direction of encouragement of massive production of rice. But what did they do? Rice was listed among the commodities that was allowed to be imported into Nigeria when Tinubu came into power. You can go and Google it. Among the 41 items that Buhari banned their importation, that Tinubu lifted the importation. So these are the major issues that ought to be addressed if truly Nigerian government is serious about addressing the issue of the scarcity of dollar and the dwindling fortune of the Naira. Nigeria need to produce more. When you heard the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the last presidential election talking about moving Nigeria from consumption to production, he was talking about boosting the value of the Naira and increasing the exportation of Nigerian produced goods so that Nigeria could become liquid in dollars, so that we can export more. We are not exporting more because even our major export, the oil, the crude oil, we are not meeting our OPEC quota. So Nigeria does not have enough means of getting dollars into the country. The dollar is scarce. The dollar is scarce. It's just like every other thing we are having in this country now. People are asking, why is price of foodstuff going high? It is because these commodities are scarce. And you don't solve the problem of scarcity by clamping down on people, by price control, as they are trying to do. That was what they did in Venezuela that killed the economy of Venezuela. And today Venezuela is a basket case of the world in terms of economic mismanagement, in terms of poverty, in terms of poor standard of living. You do not improve availability by clamping down on those who are involved in it or by price control. No. I have said it elsewhere and I keep saying it. If rice is scarce, the solution to scarcity of rice is not for you to raid the markets and looking for hoarders of rice. No, it is for you to supply more rice into the market. It is for you to generate rice into the market. Because the solution to scarcity of rice is more rice. The solution to scarcity of beans is more beans in the market. The scarcity of whatever product is to bring more of it into the market. That is the classical solution, because it's a simple economics of demand and supply. Now the dollar is scarce in Nigeria. How do you solve the problem? It means you have to bring in more dollars into Nigerian forex market. How do you do it? By ensuring that we export more crude oil, by ensuring that we diversify our economy and encourage all those other products that can be able to generate dollars for Nigeria. That is what we need to do. How do we make Nigerian forex market to be liquid with dollars? That should be the concern of the Nigerian government. How do you liquefy Nigerian market, forex market, with dollars? So much so that the dollars will be so much that the market will be overwhelmed. And you can now begin to talk about 500 naira to the dollar, 400 naira to the dollar. It can be done, but it has to be done through the right way and not by using security agents and be threatening people and going to bureau de change all over the country and looking for who is hiding dollars and who is not. That may be a temporary measure, but that is not the solution. The solution needs to be sustainable one. Solution has to be a solution that will help the system, both in the short and in the long run. Increase productivity, encourage made in Nigeria goods. We want to see President Bola Tinubu demonstrate that he is patronizing made in Nigeria products, both in the vehicle that he drives. What stops the president of Nigeria and the governors of Nigeria to be driving innocent motors? Why must they drive Mercedes-Benz and Toyota SUVs? Why must they do that? Which law, which part of the world have they seen people do that? And their currency will continue to be strong. You cannot you cannot plant yam and harvest cocoyam, because what we are seeing now is we are reaping what we sowed by our lifestyles, by our leaders, and they are still doing it. They are asking everybody else to tighten their belt, but they are not tightening their own belt. They are the ones buying the latest SUVs. They are the ones buying the latest cars, the latest brands. They are the ones that don't patronize the local furniture makers. They are the ones that the seats, the chairs in their homes are made in Italy and Turkey and what have you. They don't use made in Nigerian products. It's not fanciful for them. They don't think that innocent motors, innocent SUV is cool enough for the National Assembly lawmakers or for the office of the First Lady or for the presidency. No, innocent is not cool enough. But let them look at India, how Indian government officials patronize Tata. And today Tata has become a big brand all over the world. And they are looking for those to blame for the present dwindling fortune of the Naira. They need to look at themselves. They need to look at themselves. They need to look at themselves. because they are the reason there is scarcity of dollar in Nigeria today. Those responsible for it are in the presidency, they are in the National Assembly, they are in the government houses across the 36 states of the country and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. They are the ones that put the Naira under this present precarious situation that we don't know how we're going to come out of it in a short run. They are the ones. It is not the bureau de change that they are pursuing. The bureau de change, many of those people you see hang around zone 4, they are just struggling young men who are trying to survive, taking advantage of the system that had been created by the politicians who lives in Aso Rock, who lives at the National Assembly, and who lives at the government houses across the country. They are the ones that created the misfortune of the Naira. They are the ones that put Naira in this situation. There are already allegations that anytime the fact money is paid to the governors, that they allegedly changes them to dollars and pocket them and keep them elsewhere, thereby exacerbating the dollar illiquidity of the forex market in Nigeria. That is the problem that needs to be solved. And that is the thing that might even require this President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to unleash security agents against the governors and all those who are collecting the FAC monthly, to see what they do with it, to see how they handle it. That is part of the way to go to solve this problem. Thank you for being part of this live, because I wanted it to be as short as possible. Thank you for those of you who were able to, who like it while I'm on it. I appreciate you. God bless you and yours. And if you are new, if you are new to my channel and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button. Hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you.